Okay, as you know, what is structural model? Show the structure of the system. Can anyone tell me what I mean by structure of the system? There are two diagrams. The main diagrams comes under this. ERD class diagram. Have you drawn or have you tried drawing class diagram for any course before this?
Yes.
Programming.
Yes, sir.
You provide your class diagram, then you write your program.
OP.
OOP, yeah. Usually we teach like that. You come up with a class diagram, then write your program. Have you done your ERD before? Database, right? Very sure database, one of the chapter is how to draw ERD. Some of you use cross-group notation, correct or not? Okay, now, tell me what's the difference based on your experience. I want to see whether you really understand what's the difference, because you always see the principle, the concept, all almost the same, correct or not? But they are totally two different diagrams, but they come under the same category. So can anyone tell me what's the difference between these two? Can I draw both for one project design? Or I can only choose between one, between these two, sorry. I can only choose one between these two. Or I can draw both for my design chapter. What do you think? Opinion, no worries if it's wrong or right, just try. I want to hear some answer from you so I can see your understanding. Both can draw. So you are trying to say that both are different, right? So different in which way? One is for system, one is for data. Okay, what about the others? One more answer? Same opinion. Same opinion. Oh, you are saying they are same?
Yeah.
Both also same? Okay, why same? Why are you saying now they are same?
Yeah, variable also is same.
Variable same, sure. So you are telling me whatever attribute exists in this also will be attribute in class diagram. Then where's your method? Your class diagram got method, right? Every class got method, right? Where do you show the method in your ERD? Tell me. Different. Different is confirmed, but why different? Anyone else? Okay, your friend is very good. That's the answer actually. One shows the system. If you want to tell me in detail, one shows the programming structure. How you write the code. So the system development structure. So class diagram, right? Class diagram shows the program structure. When I look at your class diagram, I can understand how you have written your code, how you link the classes. So it's more to programming part, which is development. And ERD diagram is more to data design. Data design. So I want to know how your database design look like. I have to go and look at ERD diagram. Your program coding is different from database one. Database is to store data, data storage. That is ERD. Program is programming to make the system work. Correct or not? So both totally different. But obviously they have link. You know what? Whatever data is relevant to the program. Correct or not? So like customer here, you have customer class. Here you are going to store the customer data. Correct or not? So that's why you will see some similarity. But they are talking about different things. Can you understand? So when I look at your class diagram, I understand how your program is written. You know, your implementation, system development. When I look at your ERD diagram, I understand how your database design look like. So they are totally two different things. Okay? You can draw both for a project. Like myself, I ask my student, FYP student to go for both. Okay? I find both important. Okay, class diagram, you have object diagram, you have ERD. So I already explained this. So can I just quickly, okay? Now ERD. ERD I just do revision quickly. Just now, your friend said same, I told right? Okay, every class, every class will have what? Every class, for example, customer. Okay, every class will have attributes, list of attributes, okay? Then you have methods. Agree with me? You will have methods and list of attributes. Another word for attribute is property of the class. Okay, property of the class. Method is what are the functions? What are the functions that can be carried out by this class? Okay, so that's the meaning. This is more to coding. Okay, now continue. So ERD, no. ERD what you have? Only attributes. Okay, NPT, this is class. This is class. But table. Every table in your database. Okay? If you have customer, you only have the attributes here. Customer entity, only attributes. You don't have methods. Okay? You only have attributes. What are the attributes? You understand or not? So different, you see? You are your method because these are the functions that you are going to have in your system. The features, the functions. So this is more to programming. This is more to data storage. Okay? Okay, now how to read this? Okay? One publisher may have, okay, may, why may? Because optional. May have published 0 to many books. One book has been written by, okay, actually you can see on one. When you have one entity with many symbols both sides, what entity is this? Yeah, the relationship is many to many, and the name of this is associative entity. Associative entity. So meaning this to this is many to many. One book can be written by many authors. One author can write many books. So what I do? This relationship many to many I cannot implement in database. I need to solve it, resolve. How to resolve? I add another entity all by myself. Can put any suitable name. Then break down the many to many to become one to many, one to many. You know this basic? Anyone don't know? I can explain. I'm teaching another course this one. Okay? Anyone want to know? No. Okay? Okay. So this one clear, right? Are you sure? Many to many, how to resolve? You all know? Anyone not really sure? I can give you example. Okay? So again, since some very shy to say, I just show very quickly. Okay? Another example. Then I can go fast. I focus on class like that. Okay? Let's say I have order. Then I have product. Can anyone tell me what's the relationship between these two? One order can have many products. 0 product can have order. At least one. Okay? Then you don't call it order one. Okay, at least one. Otherwise there's no order, right? At least one product, then it is an order. Okay? One product can have, yeah, can be ordered. Okay? 0 to many times. Agree? This one 0 can, because no one like the product, no one buy until now. Okay? So this one, how do I solve? This is many to many. I cannot leave it like this. So I add one entity. When I add one entity, this is called associative entity. Okay, why? To resolve many to many, my own entity. So what's the name? How do you name it? Order? Order list. Okay, you all very pro already, so you know the name. My first time doing student got no idea. So how you name it? This one and this one combined like that. Okay? So order underscore product can. But pro always can think of better name. So order list can. Order list or menu list or whatever is acceptable. So what you do? Before you break, what happen you know? One to many this side, one to many this side. You will see the many symbol, okay, on the associative entity. And how to know, you know? See, order going to product, order going out. When order going out, one to many, right? So same, order go out, one to many. Direction same. One, order goes to product. So this is the symbol. So order goes to product. This is the symbol. Okay? Here, product goes to order. So 0 to many order. So 0 to many order. Resolve? Don't leave it like that. 1 to 1. One and only one. Okay, don't forget one and only one. Then can remove. So this is how to resolve. Clear? That's all. Very easy. Okay, so want to add the cardinality, is this mandatory? If mandatory, put 1. If this is optional, put 0 in front. Same thing goes to the other side. Okay? Then only it will become complete. Okay? Fine? See, by quite easy to understand. Okay, now object diagram I skip because object diagram, class diagram going to be the same. Okay, so let's look at the class diagram. Okay, what is class? Okay, what is class? Tomorrow, no, I got one time I was teaching what database or advanced, I don't know. I lost my voice for 3 weeks. I was teaching like this and wrote on the board. It was so funny. Sometimes students, they don't want to laugh but they cannot control. They laugh in the class. I worried this time also I'm going to have something like that. I can feel very bad. So true. I traveled yesterday, then came back, I got this. Okay, so now tell me, what is the meaning of class? Anyone? This one today I bought a very big mask because I don't want to spread to anyone. Okay, class, anyone? If I ask you to define class, how do you define class? Anyone? When you write object-oriented programming, the basic program is known as, if you write C programming, have you learned C before? What is the basic program you write? You always start with the main method, correct or not? So that's different. But if you write a Java program, the first program itself, when you start, what is the basic thing you create? A class. You can't create a program without a class. Okay, that's object-oriented. So whenever you have object-oriented environment, you must have class diagram. If you can come up with object-oriented system without a class diagram, wow, then you really have superpower. I also cannot do that. Must have the class diagram in order to come up with the program, the system development. Correct or not? Okay. So now look at this. Class is like a template. Okay. So when you create objects from the class, this is like template. You create a lot of copies of this template. That is object. Class is like original copy, and your objects are like template. What do you call it? Like photocopies. You understand or not? So you create only one registration class. Correct or not? But thousands of users can use the class to create their own profile. Agree with me? They use the same class to create 1,000 profiles, 1 million profile. So the original class is class. The rest are objects. You understand? Every profile is an object. That's how it works. Okay? So now let's little about the theory. Every class will have attributes and operations. Another word, another word is operations. Okay, all these words can be used. Okay? So now let's go on. Okay, so this is how a class looks like. So the class name is, okay, what's the class name? Test your knowledge. How many attributes are there? Okay, good. What are they? Okay, good. You got the idea. So, okay, how many methods are there? Or operations are there? 5. Okay, why operation? Because you see, it's a function, it's a method. Okay, so all those are operations. So you see, for professor, you can submit final grade. Whatever function professor can implement. A professor can accept course offering. A professor can submit final grade. A professor can set maximum load for a course. A professor can take some sabbatical. A professor can teach class. All this can be done by a professor. So all these are the functions available in the system under professor. That's the meaning. Okay? Okay, now proceed with. So you know, right? I don't have to explain further what is property, what is what method. No need, right? Okay, good. So now proceed. Okay, what is generalization? I already introduced this word last class. What is generalization? Generalization, for example, you always do this right. Class A extends class B. What's the meaning of this? What's the meaning of this? Not the use case extend. Use case totally different extent. This is programming, different extent. Can anyone tell me what's the meaning of extend? Yeah, whatever class A has, all will be given to class B. That's the meaning, right? Oh, Exactly. This is parent. This is a child. So whatever parent has will be inherited by A. Okay? So this is known as generalization. For example, okay class listen up. For example, when I write animals or we call vertebrates. Or never mind, how do I do? Okay, never mind. I put the class name birds. So I will have all the class you see. I have the basic attributes of birds and I have the basic functions like fly for example. Okay, and then number of wings. So example color. So I have the basic functions here. I have the basic functions and basic attributes. So now you see when I have, can you name 3 different birds? Parrot, peacock, sedo, penguin. Penguin bird I also confused. My science is good, but then when it comes to memorization, very bad. Okay. Okay, now tell me. So which one inherits from which one? Which one is parent? Which one is child? Yeah, these 3 are treated as child. You know why? Child. We don't write like this. The symbol is different. Wait, I show you. Like this. Meaning inherit from birds. Inherit from birds. Inherit from birds. Whatever basic class, whatever basic attributes, whatever basic functions, all will be here, right? All the basic functions will be inherited by parent, will be inherited by peacock, will be also inherited by penguins. So these are children or no such word, child. Okay, this is parent. You understand? Okay. Now, let's say this animal. Can anyone tell me any unique animal, any unique bird which has something in different compared to the other? Penguin has what? Yeah, can swim. Very good. So penguin can swim. So there's an extra function swim. I wanted to ask you where to put. I went and wrote. Okay. Where to write the swim? Where to write the swim? Can I put the swim here? No. If I put here, you know what happens? All 3 can swim. Oh, wrong. So additional features, additional properties, additional functions or operations put under child. Only they have. All the parent properties and parent functions or parent attributes, all 3 get inherit. Clear? You understand this example? Yes. That's how you do your class diagram and you write your program. Okay? Okay, continue. Okay, now tell me. Okay, who can explain this? I need one volunteer to explain this to me. Any volunteer? Just tell me like which one is the parent and then who inherits from the parent. Just explain from up or from down also okay. Either one. Any volunteer? Any new voice? I want to hear all your sweet voices. Anyone? Okay, we give the today I have a lot of questions since I have very valuable soul. Can I have someone from the first group?
Person is the parent for employee, customer, and supplier.
Very good. Employee, customer, and supplier. So they inherit?
They inherit from person.
Person. Very good. Then next.
So the employee has 3 spot data. Spot data, monthly pay, weekly pay, and hourly pay. And the hourly pay one will be for driver pay and assistance. These 3 will also, these 3 are child of the employee and inherit from the employee.
Okay, these three are child of employee or this 3?
Driver pay and assistance.
Directly child of this. Or this 3 child of this.
The driver pay and assistance.
Actually, these 3 are child of hourly pay. Meaning this 3 job, the payment is hourly. So that's why they come under hourly pay. Okay, then employee got 3 types of employees.
Okay.
Monthly, weekly, hourly. So these 3 are basic employees, child of only for hourly pay, we have 3 more different categories. So that's why hourly pay, whatever property, all the 3 will be. Okay, good. Okay, what is the meaning of super class? Thank you all. Good try. Okay, super class. What's the meaning? Parent. So you know so many ways to name it. Super class, subclass, base class, derived, parent class, child class. All these terms are correct. You know why got so many terms? Different languages, they learn different terms. Okay? So again, super means parent, sub means child, base means parent, derived means child, parent, child, which is very common. Okay? So now you understand this, right? Okay? So what your friend said is correct now. Okay? Your friend said this now. These 3 are also the child of employee. That is correct. That is fine. But they are not directly child for the employee. They are direct child for hourly pay. So they are like grandchildren for employee. But don't go and write in exam grandchildren. No marks. There's no such term. Just to make you understand like long relationship. Okay? Okay. Okay, now. Wait, that's what I explained already. Circle, multiple, inheritance. I show you example to explain. Okay, now you see. Okay, class. Parent, child. So what you understand? Okay? All this attribute also belong to instructor. Do you have to write this again here? Do you have to write this again here? All this method also belongs to this child. Do you have to write here?
No.
That's the reason we are using generalization. Why are we using generalization? You can simplify the code. You see, this class B got lot of coding, right? Lot of coding. Let's say 20 lines of code. If you want to create class A, which also like class B, you have to have that 20 lines of code. But now you can cancel that 20 lines of code by just putting this one line. So the code can be simplified. You understand or not? This is now one of the very important concept of object-oriented programming. You compare C language and C++ or C and Java. C terribly complicated. You know why? There's no way for you to do the inheritance like this. You cannot simplify the code. You have to repeat the code. So that will make your program gets longer and longer and longer. You understand or not? So when object-oriented programming is invented, wow, programmers feel so happy because they can simplify so much of code. They can create a class and they can reuse the class again and again using generalization. This is also under reusability because you use back one. Correct or not? So a lot of good part. Okay, here. Okay. Sorry, I can't explain class without programming because this is so much close to programming. Okay. So now let's look at this one. Okay, look at this one. So what do you understand? Yeah, drawing. You can draw like this. Okay, one symbol, but all 3 go up, meaning all 3 children inherit from parent. Okay, all 3 children or 3 child inherit from parent. Okay, now in exam, you know, okay, child is at the bottom, parent on top, and then child arrow going to parent. So meaning child inherit from parent. That's the meaning. But student, even though they know, in exam they will put the other way around. Every year, every sem, I will have students who do the other way around. I cannot give you marks. You know, wrong, totally wrong. Different meaning. So you have to be careful. The arrow is always pointing to the parent. Okay? Here, child inherit from parent. Parent has limited function. Child can do more. Okay? Okay, now this is how you draw. Okay? This is for you to see how the notation look like. Notation. Okay? Any question? Okay. Here. Okay, what can be inherited? What are the things can be inherited? Attributes, operations, relationship are shown in the highest applicable level in the hierarchy. So usually the subclass, right? Here, when you have so many levels, this one, so many levels, okay, this is the bottom level and this is the top level. So slowly these two inherit from this, three inherit from this, then what happens? Here you see this one inherit from this two, while this two inherit from respectively, this two respectively. This one this alone, but this one from this two. So meaning this is the bottom level, the low level, the lowest level. Okay, that's what I explained here. Okay. Okay, now association. Okay, what is association? What is association, class? Can anyone tell me what is association? Our use case diagram all is whatever line between the actor and the use case is also known as association. No symbol, just a straight line. No symbol, nothing. It is known as association. Normal link. What's the meaning? They have a relationship, but there's no any description for the relationship. They are linked. Somehow they are linked, but no description, further description or specialization on the. Okay. So let me show you something. So when you have association, right, you can do like this. Yeah. You can always put the direction. You can add the direction because you have the words to describe the relationship. So when you have the words to describe the relationship, right, the direction is actually to show how to read. If you just put like this, right, how to read staff liaise with client or client liaise with staff. Both ways also can write. That's the reason you are putting this. When you are putting this, staff liaise with client or client liaise with staff. It shows which direction. So actually this way. So staff liaise with client. You understand? To make your association better. Later your assignment, I seriously want to see something like this. Okay? Okay, here another example of association. Okay? I directly go to the point. Okay. Type of association. Okay, what are the types of association you have? You can have any specific numbering. You know what is any specific numbering? For example, a definite value 1 to 2, meaning one husband has 2 wives. Example. Okay, not putting any race or anything. Okay, one husband has 2 wives. You understand or not? Okay, specifically 2. So you can put any confirmed definite number. So that is one way. Second way, indefinite value, which we always use. Like number of orders. Can you tell me how many orders I will make? Many. I don't know. Even I don't know. So I can use many. Okay. Third one, range. Yeah, this is interesting. You have the limit from here to here. So one student can participate in 1 to 3 activities. So one student 1 to 3, or one student can go up to 5 to 15. That's the range. Also can allow, but very rarely I see students go for this. It depends on your business rules. Depends on your project. Okay, need or not. Set of values. You know what is set? What is set? Collection of values. You have a few options. So one, just not one option like this. Many options like this. So 1 to 2 or 1 to 4 or 1 to 6. Either one. Okay? So collection of values. Set. Clear? Okay, now let's proceed. The very common one. Very frequent one. 0 to 1. 0 to many. 1 and only 1. 1 to many. Many. Okay? Clear? Okay, tell me. For this, what will be the best? Nowadays, bank you can register more than one account on. In one bank, more than one account. Right, different types of account. One current account, one saving account. The other day I met one guy I wanted to ask something. That I guess not very regular customer. He was talking to the bank staff, Maybank. You know what he was telling? I have 13 accounts because I have 13 business. I was like, already rushing, was waiting. And then this guy was asking, one account, the amount of money, when who sees very big amount, always get rejected. So he wanted to find out why this one account only I have problem. The other 12 account were no problem. So he was talking and I was waiting. So nowadays can have more than one account. Last time no, my time no. One bank only one account. Now you can have multiple accounts because you have different purposes. Okay? Okay, clear? One customer can have one to many accounts. One to many accounts. Why I don't put zero to many? Why I don't put zero to many? Any opinion? Yeah, if you have zero account, you are not a customer. Why people want to talk about you? Right. You are only a customer there if you have at least one account. Right. That's the logic you have to apply. Okay, now this one. Tell me what's the relationship? Don't read the box. Try yourself first. Staff member, client. One staff member handle how many clients? Is there any company that I handle only one client? Wow, so nice, huh? If I handle only one, I used to zero to many. Okay, zero client to many client. Anyone one to many client? Okay, you know why? Number of clients is not confirmed. If let's say no client for the day, you cannot force your staff to handle at least one. If there's no client, how to handle? So logic, okay? So there's no client, no one get client. You know, I used to do part-time. Whenever I need money, I go and do part-time. There's one university, I have only 1 or 2 students every time. You know why? They have so many intake for the foundation, and the university number of students are dropped after COVID. Used to be very huge number of students, but now drop because a lot of competitions and a lot of things drop. So I want to teach there. You know why? Just because of the number of students. When come to assignment, I just mark 1 or 2 assignment. When come to exam paper, I just mark 1 or 2, but I still get my hourly pay. You know, hourly pay usually 60 to 70 or 60 to 80 ringgit, depends on what you teach. So I still get my hourly pay, but then I just need to teach 1 or 2. Imagine if I do part-time in TAP. Last time I used to do part-time here, working at APU. Oh, APU less marking, but part-time no marking. Can you imagine? Because the number of students is so big. But the hourly pay will be the same. So something like that. Handling the number of clients, number of students. At the end, the pay is the same, but number of students handled, number of client handled depends on the university or depends on the organization. Okay, we cannot promise. I also have handled one master program in one of the university. Have you heard about UNITA? I taught programming master in IT for what? Adults who actually, they got no degree. Most of them got no degree, but they are in very high position. Now they wanted to get masters straight away. So they can go for masters in IT. So when I teach them, most of them senior than me. It's about 10 years ago. So all of them, I can say most of them, about 90% more older than me. And I was teaching them the basic Java programming, not very basic, but normal Java programming, developer system. So imagine, they don't need to take any degree. Based on their experience, they can apply to do masters straight away. Most of them are managers in their companies. Some even a higher position, senior manager and so on. But they got no degree. So they want to do masters straight with the experience. So I met this kind of people. So if you also can, get dean list, you don't have to do your masters. You can skip your masters and do PhD straight. If you have interest in academic and you don't mind getting limited pay. I don't say low pay, limited pay. Okay? So if you don't have interest in academic, then you don't have to consider about PhD. With your degree, you can go any level. You can go achieve any level. I have seen people with degree earning like triple or 4 times or even 5 times higher than me. Sometimes it's not necessary. Your working skill is more important. Okay? So what do you want in your life? What is your passion? So go for it. Okay, so what is unary, binary, ternary? Anyone interested in education here? We have some students who joined the program to do PhD. I don't know whether masters or PhD, not sure. But our student mostly software engineering. Okay? So we have STAR has a plan where you can, after you complete, you have very good pointer, good everything. I guess they will check a few things. Everything good, you can just straight away join here as a tutor while doing your masters, which is really good for academician. Okay? But if if you know you have no interest in teaching, then better. Basic. You can earn better actually out there. Okay. Because when I came to teaching, right, my salary dropped. My salary from corporate dropped when I came to teaching. Then when I came from APU to TAP, my salary dropped some more. See how smart am I? Because I came here because very nearby my house. I got no choice. My priority is time. So I came here. Okay, so see that's what you want. Okay, okay, now tell me what is unary, what is binary, what is ternary. What is unary, what is binary, what is ternary? Very good. Unary, 1. Okay, can you give me an example? When do you have a relationship one-to-one? Yourself, you yourself. Have you seen, there's a function also, right? Recursive function. Recursive function. What is this? Recursive function. What is this function? Can anyone explain this? This in programming you always learn this, right? Repeat. Are you sure? Recursive function? The function? That is, what was the name of the program? You always use the recursive function for that. What's the name? I know what you mean. This one, right? This one, right? Factorial. So, this one you repeat the same procedure. So, you call yourself. This function call itself again and again. So, call self. A function call another function. Main function call another function. But this recursive one call itself. Same here. Unary means the relationship back to itself. Who can give me an example? Who can give me an example of unary? When a function relate back to function. And class relate back to class. One example. Of course you understand, but when I ask you to explain with example, can or not? How if I ask this in exam? Give example for each of this relationship, explain that. But don't worry, I'm not the setter. I'm not the setter for this round. I'm just moderator. No, not even moderator. Moderator is for advanced database, not for this course. Okay, so I don't know anything about your exam paper. So now can you tell me? But I can tell you what will come out. Because every year the same thing only will come out. Okay, so at the end of the semester we will do revision. Okay, no, you come for my classes. You are not taking database now. You are, see, I'm talking about database now. Okay, you are taking 2033, right? I'm the setter. Okay, so we are talking about unary, binary, ternary. Of course, I don't ask this in exam. Don't worry. You know what? For this question, I ask you to draw the diagram. I don't ask theory. Okay, so now tell me what is unary. Who can give me an example of unary? Example. When a class link back to the same class. You know that is the meaning. But can you give me an example? When a class call back the class, link back the class. Think. Next, binary. All the examples we were doing just now, all binary. All these are binary. Two classes, relationship. Okay. What is ternary? Also got ternary here. Sometimes one class linked to three classes. Ternary. They one all normal. Okay. But what is unary? Go back to the self. Who can give me an example? I have example. You see, I give you an example. You have a class called staff. You have a class called staff. Okay? Then in this staff, you have all the other staffs, normal employees, all the normal employees. Then there is one more group, manager. Both also you record here. So one of the staff here is manager who will manage the other staff. So when you want to explain the manager, manages the others. Manager also here. The staff, other staff also here. You understand what I mean? All the lower level staff also here. The manager is also a staff. So go back. And the word that I used to describe, managers. Like this. You understand or not? That's how it goes. The manager in the staff manages the other staffs in the staff. You know what I mean? So this is always happen when you don't want to break one class into two classes. You want to simplify the code. So you put together two classes become one class. Always this unary will be there. You You understand or not? This usually only occur when you want to simplify your code. Okay? Now can understand, right? Okay, this is a example. Okay. Next, binary you know, right? I don't have to explain. Now this is unary. Employee managed by employee. Okay. So the manager also here. All the other lower level staff also here. Employee. Okay. Teacher course offering. You know, right? This is between two classes. No difference. So two ways. Relationship is always two ways. You love someone, the other person also must love you back. Otherwise, no point get married. Same here. Okay? So when you write a relationship, make sure you write two ways. You only explain one way, no marks. It must be two ways. Okay? So binary. Ternary. Okay, ternary. Okay? So also same lot of binary. This two binary, this two binary, this two binary. Right? At the end become ternary. Okay, now comes your complex association. Okay, so here complex association, exactly like ERD that I explained to you. One class and another class can have many-to-many relationship. When you have many-to-many relationship, can you just leave it like that? Your class diagram, same like ERD. That's why students always think they are same. No, this is data, this is class, totally different. But the same concept applies. So what you have to do now? Many to many. What can I add? Can you give me the name? Sorry. What can I add? Orderlies. Person, book, borrow. Borrowlies. Okay, borrowlies sama? Logic, right? One person borrow many books. One book can be borrowed by many persons. Why? Because many people actually. Okay, why? Because can return and borrow again, return and borrow again, right? So now, borrow list, very good name. Any other suggestion? Any other suggestion? So you add associative class. So we call here association class. So let me show you. So borrow. Okay. So you can just call borrow. Then how you improve the relationship now? Yeah, breakdown. So again, breakdown one to many, one to many. Association become in between. Okay? Clear? Same like your here. Okay, now. Yeah. Wait, what else I want to tell you? Wait, this one on that. Qualified association. Okay. What is qualified association? At any time, bank needs to refer to a customer attribute, okay, act as index directly to the customer, okay, constant. So you see this diagram, you understand it. What is customer reference now? This is many to many, right? A bank has what do you call that? Many customers. One customer also can be a a customer at many banks. So customer reference is a unique, okay, attribute, okay, added to the bank, okay, which is making this association qualified. Many to many still can remain like this when you add like this, but this is not really good design. Of course, not good design. This is not possible for ERD, but possible for class diagram. You understand? We call this as qualified association. Without adding new associative class. Sorry. Okay? Okay, now before I end the class, I have two more things to teach you. Okay, association got two more types. Can anyone tell me what are they? Have you heard about that? Yeah, we go and I have to give you additional notes for this. I really wanted to add, but every time when I distribute the material, I forget. Because last round, it was handled by someone else. I was only the CC. Okay, wait. What's that? Visual paradigm. Okay, aggregation and composition. Can anyone tell me? Have you heard about aggregation and composition before? What are they? Okay, to understand whether you understand or not, I ask you one question. Okay, let's say you are a class, human. You are a class. Okay, your head, your body parts, head, hand, leg, all these are association or aggregation or composition. Your body parts. Composition or aggregation. Human body parts. Association, aggregation, composition. Aggregation. Aggregation. Okay, next. Others? Who say aggregation? Who say composition? Who say just association? Aggregation. Composition. 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 Aggregation means, you know what? When the human die, the parts can still alive. The hand, I say body parts, I didn't say organ. Body parts. So your hand can still survive. You are not vegetative, right? Your body parts still can live alone. Cannot or grow into another human. No way, right? So, what's the meaning of association, composition, and good try? Okay, let's try to understand. I show you. This is how you draw class. Listen, class 1, aggregation, class 2. Class 1, composition, class 2. Association, you know already, right? Just a straight line. Okay. So now let me ask. This is generalization. So far you know everything already, right? So generalization, which one is parent? This one or this one? Which one is parent?
Class.
Sorry? Class or class 2? Class is parent. Okay, so child is inheriting from parent. Okay, good. Now look at the aggregation and composition. Okay, association you all know already. I don't want to waste time. Okay, okay, this one. Okay, this read carefully. Okay, these two are considered as subset of association, meaning two different types of association. You don't want to just leave association blank. You want to more specific. You want to tell me more specifically. You can always tell me whether it is aggregation or composition. When you are not sure, to be safe, just put association. Don't go and make it more complicated. If you're really sure, then you can show association can be either composition or aggregation. That's the meaning. Okay? Now proceed. Aggregation implies a relationship where the child can exist independently. Same like generalization. There is a child which can be independent from the parent. Example, parent class and student child. Okay? Delete class, student can still exist. So for example, when I have class, this class is pauses, classroom. Okay? Then I have here student. The best way I do is association. But if I want to state whether aggregation or composition, which one is better? Aggregation or composition? Aggregation is better. You know why? When class is deleted, no more. This course I don't want to offer. Do you need to delete the student?
No.
You need. Student can still be there. Why you want to delete the student? They can be independent. Then it is aggregation. Okay, now I show you composition. Okay, let's look at the composition. Okay, now we should be more specific to use composition link in case where in addition part relationship class A and B. There's a strong life cycle dependency between two. So like head, hand and leg are composition of person. When these classes are deleted, this class you want to delete or this class, the parent class you delete, do you think the child can survive?
No.
Can you just keep hand of someone or head of someone when the person is no more? Can keep or not? Cannot. You cannot do that. Then consider serious case that you are collecting something. Right? So that is not possible. In that case, this is composition. Okay? That's why I didn't say organ. If I say organ, let's say I say organ like heart, eyes. liver, then can be what? Aggregation. You know why? Now these organs are kept for saving another life. See the difference? Can you understand? This is also important. If I ask class diagram in exam, I would ask this one, maybe one or two relationship. You have to read carefully until you find. I won't just ask normal association. I will have aggregation or composition or both. Okay, clear? This is I forgot to include in my notes. When I prepared the notes, I prepared based on a textbook, but the textbook didn't mention about this. But there's no way for you to draw a diagram without this. So that's why I always touch up, okay, at the end. So can you understand all this? You want to see more example? You can always go here and check. Can you see? This is engineering, okay? Sorry, engine section. So here, part, engine, wheels. So you see, engine. This is what symbol? Aggregation. Okay, wheels are aggregation of car. If the car no more ready, you can still keep the engine and wheels right to be used in other vehicles. That's the difference. Clear? Okay. In inheritance, you all very, but I very well. No need to go through again. Inheritance. Okay. Generalization. Saving account, credit card account, bank account. Two types of account. So this two account will have all the basic attributes and properties from bank account. Okay? Inherit. See, this one notes also very good. Visual pattern. You can always go here and find whatever question you have regarding the diagrams. Very short and direct. Easy to understand. Okay? Okay, any question? Any question? Attendance. Yeah, who haven't marked your attendance? Let me help you now before I let you go.